Oh, Jesus. Bill Gates wants to play God. The 90s famous genius, billionaire wants to control everything. It's not about lightning bolts or parting seas. In the 21st century, it's about controlling the very building blocks of our existence. The climate, the spread of disease, the code of life itself. And at the center of this new world stands one of its most powerful architects, Bill Gates. Through his vast fortune and influence, he is funding a series of radical, planetary-scale experiments. From creating artificial eclipses to the sun, to creating vaccines through drones, his plans sound like science fiction. But he's dead serious. He's stated it on stages from Jimmy Fallon to international climate conferences. This video is all about the Gates Gambit, a high-stakes vision for humanity's future that raises one critical, haunting question. Are we witnessing the work of a savior or the designs of a man who believes he alone can engineer a better world? Bill Gates' journey from tech titan to global health and climate ruler is a story of radical reinvention. After leaving Microsoft, he didn't retire, he recalibrated. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he became one of the most influential private citizens in the world, shaping policy, funding research, and championing technological fixes for humanity's most wicked problems. His philosophy is rooted in a core belief he expressed in a 2010 TED Talk, stating, "Innovation is the key to the future. We need to get to zero, and we need to deploy the tools we have faster and smarter." But what happens when that innovation shifts from computer code to climate code, from software to solar shields? This is the threshold we now stand upon, where the scale of his ambition has expanded to encompass the entire planet, launching us into an era of what critics call a form of benevolent geo-governance. Perhaps the most audacious of all Gates' ventures is his financial backing of solar geoengineering. The concept is staggering in its simplicity and scale, to fight global warming by reflecting a fraction of sunlight away from the Earth. The leading experiment, SCoPEx, Stratospheric Controlled Perturbation Experiment, proposed spraying minute amounts of calcium carbonate dust, essentially chalk, into the stratosphere to create a reflective shield. The goal of scientists funded by Gates is to study a potential global cooling effect. On the surface, it sounds like a technological miracle, but the atmosphere is not a closed system. It is the chaotic, beating heart of our planet. The profound risk, acknowledged by countless scientists in journals like Nature, is the potential for catastrophic, unpredictable side effects. We could see extreme shifts in global weather patterns, triggering droughts in one hemisphere, monsoons in another, and a potential collapse of agricultural systems for millions. It is the ultimate gamble, a direct reflection of Gates' own admission on his blog. Gates notes, "Climate change is a terrible problem, and it absolutely needs to be solved. We need to be willing to take some risks." But the question remains, are we all being signed up for that risk without our consent? If controlling the sky wasn't enough, another Gates-funded project aims to re-engineer one of humanity's oldest foes, the mosquito. Researchers at the Netherlands Leiden University Medical Center, supported by Gates Foundation funding, are investigating the possibility of turning mosquitoes into flying syringes. The concept involves genetically engineering the insects to deliver live attenuated malaria parasites through their bites, effectively vaccinating humans. It's a concept that pushes the very boundaries of medicine. But this radical solution opens a Pandora's box of ethical and security questions. While the intent is to combat a devastating disease, the underlying technology is what matters. If we can engineer a mosquito to deliver a vaccine, what stops that same platform from being used to deliver something else? The line between a public health miracle and a potential biosecurity nightmare becomes dangerously thin. This embodies the double-edged sword of Gates's approach, which he summarized in an interview with The Verge. The world is not going to solve its biggest problems by telling people to stop doing things. His solution is always to engineer a new way. But when the delivery system for that engineering is a ubiquitous insect, it forces us to ask, who controls the swarm? Gates's vision extends deep into the digital realm. He is a prolific investor in and commentator on artificial intelligence, seeing it as a tool for immense good. In a 2023 blog post titled, "The Age of AI Has Begun," he wrote, "The development of AI is as fundamental as the creation of the microprocessor, the personal computer, the internet, and the mobile phone." He envisions AI revolutionizing healthcare, education, and agriculture. But this powerful tool has another potential application: global surveillance and prediction. AI systems, fed with vast amounts of data, could be used to model and manage human behavior, monitor disease outbreaks, and direct resources. The central question is one of control. In the hands of a democratic body, it could be a tool for public good. In the hands of a private entity with planetary-scale influence, it risks creating an unaccountable system that doesn't just predict human life, but begins to direct it, centralizing an unprecedented level of power. The Gates Foundation is a major force in the field of genetics, funding research into gene drives that can alter or even eradicate entire species of disease-carrying insects, and supporting CRISPR technology to cure genetic disorders. This power to rewrite the code of life is perhaps the most profound of all. It promises an end to hereditary diseases and could bolster food security with genetically resilient crops. Yet this power carries an immense ethical weight. The ability to edit the human germline, changes that would be passed to future generations, represents a permanent alteration of the human species. Who gets to make that decision? This is the logical endpoint of a philosophy that places its faith in technological intervention above all else. It is a vision of the future where, as Gates has often advocated, innovation is the primary engine of progress. But it forces us to confront a future where humanity itself becomes a designed product, guided by the hand of a few. When viewed in isolation, each of these plans can be framed as a philanthropic effort to solve a discrete problem. But when you connect the dots, a broader, more unsettling pattern emerges, a potential architecture of total oversight. Imagine a world where the climate is managed through solar geoengineering, public health is administered through genetically modified insects, human biology is perfected through gene editing, and all of it is monitored and optimized by a central AI. This is the ultimate expression of a technocratic vision, where every variable of life on Earth is measured, modeled, and manipulated. The central conflict of our time may not be about the goals, but about the process. It is a vision being implemented not through global democratic consensus, but through the will and wealth of a single, unelected individual. As Gates himself said, the solution is to engineer our way out. The question we must all ask is whether we are willing to live in the world he is engineering. What do you think? Is this the path to a brighter future or a dangerous concentration of power? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If this video made you think, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more.